Okay, everybody, per tradition, went up 100 subscribers. They might have dropped back down again. Who knows? Who cares? Does it really make a difference? And we're doing what we always do, doing a Q&A session. Now, I don't know how many more of these I'm really going to do. I know it's been tradition, everything like that, but I don't know if everybody really gets into them. Now, LPB was one of the most loyal viewers to this channel. Always submits questions, and God bless you for it. It is awesome. It is cool, and I'm going to answer them. Also, I just want to say, very quickly, before we go off, there will be other normal episodes coming up shortly. I don't want you to think it's going to be another week or two before there's something more movie or TV related, or movie related, and this is going to be like, oh, when's he going to come out with another thing? Give it a day or two, you'll see there's more coming, blah, blah, blah. This is just a quick little thing, a fast little thing to throw out there that we're going to run through. I had to write these down, by the way, on paper, because these eyes can't operate that camera and read from a phone at the same time. I'm not a kid anymore. Let's not screw around. Okay, let's get going. All right, name 5 bands that never leave your head. Well, okay. Number 1, King's X. Number 2, well, probably Kiss and or Queen. And those two can swap places. Those are my top 3. King's X, Kiss, Queen. 4 has to be the Bee Gees. I love the Bee Gees. Incredible songwriters, incredible musicians. And number 5 could be occupied by so many different bands, from Guns N' Roses to The Who, to you name it. There's so many that could fall in the number 5 slot. I don't know. I'll throw my own band in there at number 5 because it's just, hey, it's me and the boys having fun. So how can I live without that? All right, what do you think about the influence of TikTok and YouTube and all that kind of stuff on the world today? Well, with anything, there's a good and there's a bad. As always, you can take it from either side. Now, YouTube, TikTok, all those kind of things, it gives people a voice. It gives them a chance to put an opinion out there, put a thought out there, maybe put things out there that maybe the mainstream isn't saying or should be saying. Who knows? It doesn't make a difference. But it's just everybody's point of view. So for a platform, those things are great. And I'm glad. Hey, I got a movie review channel here. Most people are like, what do we care about this Nimrod and his thoughts? But I get to share my view that, you know, they would never put on ABC or something like that because, I mean, look at me. Anyway, but you get the idea. The bad also is that people can lose their sight of humanity when they're in the digital world, in my opinion. People can say things and do things that are so cruel to another human being in the digital world because, well, they're not face to face with the person. They're not going to get yelled at, they're not going to get judged, they're not going to get punched in the mouth. Take it for what it is. So they will feel a bit of, I don't know, a bit of freedom to sometimes be the inner asshole that they really want to be. And to me, that's a horrible thing. It makes me look at somebody and say, is that who's really inside of you? Somebody would say and be that way to other human beings. But it is what it is. With all things, there's a yin, there's a yang, there's a good, there's a bad. Just the way it goes, we got to roll with it. Do you prefer the electric guitar or the wooden guitar? I deeply prefer the electric guitar over the wooden guitar. Don't get me wrong, I love acoustics. I love acoustics, I own acoustics, I play acoustic on occasion, but I'm really an electric guitar player. It just helps me sound and be the way I want to be. It helps me get out the things that are in my head, and it helps me express myself the way I want to. I have actually around me people I consider much better acoustic guitar players than me. I have a friend named Mike, he's like a Lindsey Buckingham. My son Kyle, who plays bass in our band, he's actually a really good acoustic guitar player, all that kind of stuff. You know, I think he's much better at it than I am. I just do the leads because I can whittle a little bit quicker than everybody else. But it doesn't make a difference. But that's kind of where it is. I love the electric. I play acoustic. I love the way they sound. But for me, my home is with an amp and an electric guitar and doing something that's not conducive to long-term good hearing. Have you ever seen Hostel and Hollow Man? Yes, I have. Thought they were both all right. Maybe Hostel was a little bit better, but that kind of horror isn't really my thing, but it was still a good movie. And Hollow Man, I thought got really kind of shit on. I don't think it was great by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think it was as bad or forgettable as people make it out to be. So, they were both decent flicks. I thought they were okay. I thought Hollow Man got a little bit unjustly attacked for what it was, but they were okay. Seen them both, enjoyed them both. Yeah, not bad. What do I think of the death of physical media? Well, I hope to God physical media always lives on and comes back. Because if you don't own it, it's not yours. It's just a method I live by. It's a thing I believe in. Anything can happen. We've seen what Amazon has done to certain things, like what they did to the Christmas movie years ago, or a couple of years ago. You could see what they do to things, how they change them. I mean, the other day, I think, was it Amazon or Disney, whoever the hell was it, was changing all the James Bond posters. That kind of stupid shit. They take motion pictures that people know and love, and they judge them by standards of a different era, so they go back and they start altering those films. And once you do that, you've destroyed the film, in my opinion. If there's something in there that might be offensive to somebody today, remember, it might not be offensive to people tomorrow, and it might not be offensive, and it might be offensive actually to a different group of people 3 days later. You never know. You have to take these things in the context of when they were made and just say, hey, it is what it is. James Bond smacked some chick on the ass. It's just what happened in the movie. Just let it be. So I think owning your physical media is the most important thing you can do, because we do know that they like to go in and change things and move things around. And by the way, too, not just from a cultural perspective, but from a technical perspective. If you own concerts or audio or anything like that, they've gone in and they've manipulated some of that stuff insane now. All the auto-tune and all that wasn't on those things 20 years ago is now all over those things, so they're altering that kind of stuff. Also, they go into movies 300 times over, and they're changing the color palette. They're making this more blue and that more green and this more that and da. It doesn't need that be. It doesn't. Put it the way I remember seeing it on the screen. Give me the film that I know and love, and get the hell out of the way. So, owning your physical media, I'm all for it. And I think actually they said it's starting to come back a little bit more. So, let's hope it keeps growing. Here's a deep one. Do you believe Judgment Day is coming? I could take that in various different ways. It's like, are we talking about Judgment Day like in the movie Terminator 2 with the AI and all that kind of stuff? Are we talking about a big rock is going to hit the planet? Are we talking about people are going to do something crazy and set off some big thing one day that ruins everything? How can I put it? Not to sound pessimistic, because I'm an upbeat, hopeful guy, but everything that has a beginning at some point has an end. So, will we be the dinosaurs in the future? Probably. I mean, come on. It's gonna. Nothing lasts forever. So, who knows? Will a big rock eventually smack into the earth? Probably. Will the sun go supernova and take everything out? Certainly. So, sooner or later, it's going to be what it's going to be. All you can do is laugh, smile, and have a good time. Until then. All right, I got to read this one. It's kind of long. What do I think of Cynthia Rothrock, Jeff Speakman, Don the Dragon Wilson as martial artists and B-movie actors? Whoa, okay, here we go. Let me first say that out of all the movies that you just mentioned with all those three people, my favorite one was The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. I thought you had Mako in it. I thought the fight scenes were badass. I thought everything in that motion picture was good. All these people as actors? I mean, come on. Some of them make Norris look brilliant. You had Cynthia Rothrock on all those China O'Brien flicks. You know what I mean? And you had Don the Dragon Wilson, who was a real fighter, God bless his heart, doing his thing in those motion pictures. So, did I watch them? Yes. Did I enjoy them? Mostly. I mean, some of them, let me put it this way. I like fight scenes that are more visceral and more real. And when I see a lot of people fighting like they look like they came from form competitions, like a Cynthia Rothrock, where everything's ha, 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 like, it kind of throws me. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm watching great dancing and I'm watching some incredible gymnastics. This stuff is not very applicable to fighting, but it is what it is, and I enjoy it. So, as actors, as martial artists, I thought Speakman could move well, did really well. Don the Dragon Wilson is a proven commodity, and Cynthia Rothrock looked like she looked from what she came from. She was a forms champion, so when she fought, it was like striking form poses all the time, and that's basically how she looked, how she came across, and what she did. Did I enjoy them? Yes. Great actors? Meh. Fun movies? Sure. Most realistic? Bah. All right, have you ever been in martial arts or just weights? Well, I was into martial arts when I was younger. I guess I've done it mostly my whole life from the age of like 19 on to a degree. Let me explain. I always had the dream when I was a kid of going on to be the middleweight boxing champion of the world. Fight fanatic, say I'm crazy, I know what it is. I know how it sounds. But I always wanted to be and do that. Muhammad Ali was my boy. Bruce Lee was my boy. That was it. Those were my two guys. So I was always enamored with that. I loved Kung Fu, TV show with David Carradine, wanted to get into all that kind of stuff. But my other big passion was music. And it kept me probably from getting too much into that kind of thing. And where I was from, there wasn't like a hotbed of fighting. When I hit 20, I did join a full contact karate organization. And it was a place called the Kokudokan, and they were a direct descendant of Kyokushin. You know, Masoyama taught a guy named Tadashi Nakamura. Tadashi Nakamura came over here. One of his students was Frank Rossetti. Frank Rossetti brought about all of us. And we were a full contact school where you actually had to fight and do all that kind of stuff. There's actually a link, or I'll put the video in here or something if I think about it in a little while, where we were on the news for like a little brief segment. And they talked about it because we were the only full contact school in the area where people had to fight. So that's there. I'll throw it in below.
The sport of karate is becoming increasingly popular. Schools have popped up all over the capital region. At the Kokudokan School, people join for many different reasons.
My goals and somebody else's goals may be totally different in karate. Some other people wanted to come in karate because they want to go in the tournament circle and do free fighting. Some of it just as exercise. So each individual have their own goals why they want to go into it.
There are many aspects of karate, like developing the mind and body, but there is a small faction that some members take part in called full contact karate. In full contact karate, no protection is allowed. The only rules, no contact to the head with a fist or elbow, and no kicks to the groin or spine. To participate in a tournament like this, it takes a special type of person.
It takes a lot of heart and a lot of want, because even the training itself, I think, is worse than the tournament. It's very grueling. You go home very sore every time. There's no, well, this was a good, easy night.
There's a lot of physical pain involved to be able to develop the mind. And you can't go into this tournament really unless you have a strong mind and able to push yourself beyond what you normally think your physical limits are.
In Troy, John Spadafora, 10 Eyewitness Sports.
So yes, I did do all that, and I did it for 5 years, and then I had to stop because I was in a pretty horrific car accident, and they told me I couldn't take chances getting hit in the head anymore. I didn't listen. I went back, did some sparring, got hit in the head a couple of times, was completely fine, but then had headaches later. You wouldn't believe it. Almost left me in like shakes laying in bed because it was so bad, and then I said, okay, I'm done. It was that kind of a thing. Do I still work out a lot? Sure. Do I still train? Sure. Do I go around doing competition? Not at all, because I can't do it and it wouldn't be wise for me health-wise. But I do always try to stay and take care of myself. You know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't eat sugar, I don't eat dairy. I'm a vegan, believe it or not. Well, not totally vegan, mostly vegetarian. Some oils and shit make it in there, you know, whatever. And I do a lot of 120 pull-ups every other day, that kind of stuff. You know, four sets of 30, yeah, 120, blah, 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 and some other stuff that I work out too. So I keep active, I do all the stuff. I'm getting old, so I got to do something to keep this shit going. All right, everybody, that's it. I try to make it short, I try to make it fast. Maybe I could have gotten to each thing a little bit more, but I wanted to make this kind of quick. I don't know how much people really enjoy these kind of things, and I don't want people to get bored of me just spouting off my own personal beliefs on shit, because really, who cares? I'm just some guy with a channel on the internet, and nobody really wants to pay attention to any of that. Anyway, we're here for music, we're here for movies, and that's basically about it. Anyway, though, I do deeply appreciate all the questions that came in. Thanks, LPB. Much appreciated. And I will talk to you all and see you all very soon with more movies about music, movies, and whatever those genres collide. Everybody, be good. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Stay kind to your friends and strangers. Be there when they need them. But most of all, and as always, never take any bullshit from anybody.